Hey, boy, boy. Hey, boy, today I'm playing Toy Blast. Hey, boy. Hey, boy, today I'm playing Toy Blast. Last time I completed 469. So let's go on to 470 now. And it seems like there's boxes that change colours on this level. Okay, so one of the things we've got to do is eliminate 32 boxes that have the coloured lights in them, it would seem. Which could be something of a daunting task, given that they change colour with every move, and I don't think it counts towards our goal if we strike boxes that aren't the colour blue. See, they're still at 32, you see. The total that we need to get, that is. Just something to be mindful of, isn't it? But once I stop feeling daunted by the goal, I imagine I'll do quite well in the end. I don't appear to get many moves on this level, though, do I? And look at all the rocket toys. I've only just noticed them all, pretty much. Funny how that works out, isn't it, hey, baby dolls? And finally we start getting the good power-ups, yes. And this is a lot of blue lights all clustered together, isn't it? It would seem things are maybe starting to finally turn around for me. This promises to be spectacular now as I get a load of toys to the bottom four, doesn't it? All toys to the bottom of the screen anyway. Knowing my luck with what the levels with the colour changing boxes are like, I could imagine that the ones with the blue lights in them end up getting increasingly rare by the end. By the time that my moves are getting low and whatnot. So that's a potential danger to bear in mind for this situation, isn't it? Given that I've still got a lot of blue lights to go, I'd say I need to maybe focus on them a bit more rather than trying to get the toys to the bottom of the screen at the moment. But at the end of the day, I just do what feels right, pretty much. Even though it hasn't really worked out for me in this outing, has it? Still, so long as I don't get discouraged, things will be fine in the end. Okay, let's try again now. After all, you need to be mentally resilient to play games like this, don't you? Which can be incredibly hard occasionally. Those times when you get those dreaded difficulty spikes, so to speak. I'm thinking now that I should pay more attention to times when there's lots of squares with blue lights in them making themselves available, so that I don't waste opportunities to eliminate them, I suppose you could say, baby dolls. That was nice, wasn't it? But at the same time, I can't afford to neglect cannons and the beach balls, can I? So it can be kind of tough here to get my priorities straight, I suppose you could say. And I was just going to say, it's to be hoped that the blue squares with lights in them don't go incredibly red or lower the amount that I need gets, but clearly that isn't the case, is it? Yes, it seems now the colours are maybe starting to favour me, hopefully. That being said, there's hardly any greens on screen at the moment, is there? Hopefully when the colours change there'll be a lot more. Or somewhat more anyway. But now that we've got some green squares next to these cannons, I suppose we should trigger them. After all, I'm getting rather frighteningly low on moves now, and I've still got 12 beach balls left to get as well. can be done, though, I think. Or I hope, anyway. After all, we've got 8 beach balls on screen at the moment, to see. 8 to get. 4 moves remaining. That's like needing to get 2 with each move at this point, isn't it? Or it seems like I might not do it, doesn't it? Oh, how unlucky is that? Oh, I'll try again. With how I'm getting close now, you know, that I'm getting my strategy, I'm honing my strategy to perfection now, so I should get it this time, I hope, anyway. Wow, did I just get 6 toys to the bottom of the screen at the same time then? That's kind of impressive, isn't it? I think I should still focus on the squares with the blue lights in them early on, given the sheer amount of those squares that I need after all. Getting the beach ball seems quite a bit easier than getting the squares with the blue the blue squares with the lights in them, you see.
Yippee!
I could end up being wrong, of course, but this is a lot of blue lights here, isn't it? That's why it helps not to panic, doesn't it? And not to click squares with lights in them when they're a wrong colour, but rather hold out and wait until they're the colour that you want. Here's another nice cluster of blue lights, isn't it? And did you notice how I did it out of range of where these power-ups are going to strike, so that I won't hit it and I'll be able to use it later with another combination of power-ups. See, it always helps to strategically plan these things, baby dolls. Although I do seem to be running out of moves again, don't I? And I still need a lot of beach balls too. Ah, double Rubik's Cubes now. Of course, I don't think they'll help me much without there's only the one beach ball on screen, but we will get lots of beach balls out of these cannons with those, so that's a help, isn't it? I mean, that's put like 9 beach balls on screen, hasn't it? Meaning we only need to get 1 more on screen and then Hopefully, we'll be well on our way to winning at that point. After all, we've only got 4 left to get now. Let's hope they don't end up in awkward positions, though. But no, I've won. Took me a long time just to do that one level, didn't it? And I'm first after doing it as well. That was a good score for quite a hard level, wasn't it? Okay, that was 407. So you did. Now on to 471. Yeah, that was 470. Interesting objectives. Ice cubes, eh? And sweet jars and bricks and slices of toast. Almost making me feel a tad overwhelmed. Still, at least we don't have to change in coloured boxes on this level. Anytime I complete levels that have the changing coloured boxes on them, and then I get onto a level without the changing colours, it seems simple by comparison. At points like that, the game, that is. So yes, that's a good sign, isn't it? Getting our hopes up. Although there's lots of slices of toast that we need to extract from the toasters, isn't there? Given the fact that there's only 3 toasters on screen as well. My points are getting up there now as well, aren't they? Part of me thinks that on a level like this, where the toasters are in rather awkward places, that maybe Rubik's Cube based power-ups would be more helpful for me here. Especially with all the yellow squares that have got by the toasters, which could be struck with propellers. Like so. But at the end of the day, you just have to do what you feel seems right sometimes, don't you? There's no set rule that will work all the time, really, is there? Sometimes you just need to wing it, as they say. Oh, I'm getting quite low on moves and still need 11 slices of toast. That's enough to make me panic a little bit. As luck would have it though, this is a sideways shooter, so we get 2 slices here. Wonder if this'll shoot sideways as well. No. But at least we get a crisscross here now with these two combined, which gives us 2 more, in addition to the occasional ones we're getting here as well. And just like that, I've done it. Okay, that's quite a nice score as well that I got, isn't it? So that was 471 that I did. Isn't that bat up here cute, by the way? Trying to look scary, but it's cute. Okay, on to 472 we go now. And there's windmills here. I like these kinds of levels. Strange here how there's only bubbles in a few places, isn't it, rather than everywhere like there usually is with bubble levels. Quite an intriguing development indeed, I'd say. And it's funny how there's that seems to be a complication, doesn't it? How there's igloos and ice cubes at the bottom here as well. Another potential complication to be mindful of, I'd say. As I've said at times before, you can't really afford to panic with the ice cube levels. And at least this will rid me of all the ice cubes presently. These levels aren't giving many moves, are they? Could still do it, I hope. How unfortunate that it isn't giving me two of the same colour here. Still, we could get a green after we could get a green here after we do this move. No, of course not. I need to remember that I'm not on colour changing levels anymore. Ah, this is a welcome sight, isn't it? Blues all over the... the ability to make a Rubik's Cube right from the get-go. But I also need to remember not to overlook these bubbles at the top, don't I? Yeah, there's lots of distractions on this level, what with the ice cubes constantly regenerating at the bottom and the need to complete the fan here and also the bubbles in the awkward places, isn't there? But since there's lots of blues around down here, actually I will. No, given that they'll turn into TNT boxes, that might not be wise. But then again, there's the ice cubes down here, so yeah, so after all, we were kind of the monster now, and it'll be handy if oh no, it won't be useful anyway because it'll fall when I get it. Well, this is looking good at the top at least, isn't it? Yes, I should do it now, I think. Nice score as well, eh? Wayne Gretzky would be proud. 99,000. Okay, I'm still, just make sure I'm still recording. So that was 472 I just did. Let's go on to 473 now, eh? And that's a lot of toys we need to get to the bottom of the screen, isn't it? But nice that they're all on screen already, isn't it? Unlike the pumpkins that we'll need to get. And before I start, I just want to say again that I always like how the toys do their animations and their movements at different times as well. Because when you think lazy programmers will probably just have them move all at the same time and it'll look kind of bland and uniform, but the way they do the movements at different times just adds that extra intrigue, doesn't it, really? I mean, I suppose you could just say that I'm easily intrigued, maybe, but I do still think that's a nice touch, having them do their animations and their movements at different times. In a way, though, I do think it's a good thing in a way to be easily impressed because it means that you don't really have a hard time entertaining yourself, really, doesn't it?
Yippee!
And as you can see with the pumpkins and the toys everywhere, they're forming barriers between my power-ups, making it rather difficult for me to get them next to each other. So with progress comes new quandaries, you could say. Oh, I might as well trigger this TNT box. Actually, I'll do it now with how it's surrounded by even more pumpkins than it was before. That was nice, wasn't it? At least, even though I'm running out of moves, the pumpkins are at least all on screen right now, aren't they? So, my task isn't really all that daunting at the moment, I'd say.
Whee!
Yes, it looks like I'm gonna do it after all. Yeah. Okay, a really nice score as well, eh? So that was 473, I think. Yes. On to 474 now. Oh, that's a lot of coloured bricks. And a lot of pumpkins to contend with also. And again, we're faced with D-boxes which change colours all the time, which is something of a weakness of mine, this feature. And the ice cubes all over the place too, also complicating matters. Finally, something good. TNT Rubik's Cube. Even though there's not many reds on screen at them. Well, I suppose I could wait until there's more after all. Who knows, could I even end up with a double Rubik's Cube with how things are going here with the colours. Doesn't want to give me lots of reds, does it? Okay, I suppose we could try it at this. After all, we do need quite a lot of red squares with the lights in them as well, don't we? Or even more greens with lights in them are needed. So it would be foolish to overlook them as well, wouldn't it? Double TNT detonators will work well here. Yes. Let's go for it. Beautiful. And with that, we eliminate the ice cube. And luckily this level is generous with the amount of moves it grants us. With the amount of move it allots us, you could say. Look at all these red lights here. Now our main worry is the squares with the green lights in them which are needed. And without there's lots of green lights there now, I'd say it's worthwhile triggering these power-ups. Which brings us nicely down to 10. Now 8. But I also should keep the pumpkins in mind as well, shouldn't I? Even though I only need 4 now. I was thinking without there's lots on screen, I needed to get rid of all of them, you see. Another win for me. Nice score as well. So that was 474 I did, I think. Yeah, I think it was. Okay, on to 475 now. Seems simple. And we get rather a lot of moves as well. Surely it isn't going to be so easy, eh? Surely there's a complication which I'm just not grasping right now. That will make itself known sooner or later. Good thing that there ended up being enough yellow boxes here to still yield a Rubik's Cube. Well, this level's being good to me, isn't it? So yes, I'd say it's prudent to get some beach balls on screen now before we go triggering the double Rubik's Cubes, but yeah, let's do it anyway. In the interest of building up points, since I'm probably gonna complete the level, given how well things are going right now. Yeah, it seems like this is a definite point building level, doesn't it? With the generous colours. And how easily I'm able to get the Rubik's Cubes here. So I guess I might as well trigger these as well. And again. Another really good score, eh? So that was 475, wasn't it? Yes, it was. So let's get started with 476 now. Seems like I'm getting towards the hour mark with this video now, doesn't it? Haven't made quite the same progress as yesterday, but I think maybe some of the levels were a trifle harder though. And this has a bit of an awkward layout, doesn't it, with all the windows which are preventing the boxes from falling in various places. Not to mention all of the boxes which change colours all over the place as well. Bit of a daunting prospect, I'd say. Fortunately, we do have a lot of moves granted to us on this level. And look at all those toys that we need to get to the bottom of the screen. Have I just noticed them all? And how there's 28 of them at that as well. And these always remind me of those animated Weetabix characters that used to be mascots for the Weetabix cereals years ago. I don't know if they still are or not. These toys I'm talking about with the square yellow heads. I always like the look of those toys. I mean, the Weetabix ones, well, both of them when you think about it, really. I haven't got many moves available here, have I? So I anticipate we'll get a jumbling very soon, hopefully, to help turn things around for us, yes. Hasn't done much, mind you. Seems like this isn't going to be a very high scoring level as well, doesn't it? Talk about overpopulation of toys, eh, with the sheer amount of them on screen. Could imagine them getting a bit claustrophobic, almost, at toys. Looks like we're going to get another jumbling soon. Yes. And again, this isn't helping us very much. Hardly any room to move though, with all the sheer amount of toys on screen as there. At least we're getting low on the squares with red lights in them needed now for our objective. Guess we're going to get another jumbling soon. Hopefully the next one will help. If we get it, that is. No, it seemed not. Although it's because of the arrangements of all these boxes down here, isn't it, really? How I can't possibly make moves with them, so it's seeming like I might end up losing the level. Seeming like the level might not be possible to complete at this point, in fact, isn't it? But I can't possibly do moves down there. And how I can't do moves, and how I can't possibly get enough colours of the same colour together in these cramped quarters either. So yes, I feel slightly cheated, I suppose, but I'll do it next time. At least we get a power up with our first move this time. And that's a bit of a daunting layout with the sweet jars at all sides, isn't it? But one of them made a mistake by separating these, trying to get more of the same colour next to each other. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I shouldn't be too ambitious with trying to get power-ups on this level. So that things don't end up like they did last time with no room to make moves at the bottom of the screen.
Whee!
Essentially making the level impossible to finish pretty much. In fact, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should try focusing on getting the toys to the bottom of the screen rather than focusing on the boxes with the red lights on them at this point in time. I wonder if toys are just going to keep constantly appearing on screen even after I get the amount that I need to the bottom of the screen as well. Because if so, that'll complicate matters even more, won't it? Yes, it does seem to be a better strategy, I think. Not letting too many toys get on screen here. And finally, we get a good combination of power-ups now. Who knows, maybe just shoot upwards. No. What a celebration. It paid off waiting for these to change colours here, didn't it? Still got an awful lot of red lights to collect, though, haven't I? I hadn't noticed that the number of boxes with red lights in them needed was still relatively high, all things considered. And it'd seem like the toys do indeed stop coming when once enough of them have been helped to the bottom of the screen, where I only need 3 and there's only 3 left on screen, doesn't it? Good to know. Nice.
Yippee!
Double Rubik's Cubes to finish things off. Beautiful story. How long have we been going now? 58 minutes. I'll do another level. So what level was that I adjusted? It was 476, I think. Yeah, seems familiar with all the toys, yes. 28 to 28 toys that I needed to get to the bottom of the screen. So let's get on to 477 now. Well, that's a lot of bowling pins to topple, isn't it? And also a lot of sweet jars, but they do make the corners nice and colourful up here, don't they? Bit of an awkward level layout, but alas, I remain undaunted in the face of such complications, baby dolls. I have the skills, you see. That was nice how it hit all 4 of these bowling pin boxes, wasn't it? Nice. Can we get double Rubik's Cubes here to finish things in style, I hope? I'm fancy, aren't I? All this effort for the double Rubik's Cubes. Beautiful score, though. So, I'll finish now. Gone even longer than last time, but oh well. Bye, folks.